Buried beneath rural Iowa, an ancient alien vault has cracked open, releasing the rough drafts of humanity. Now, Mike H. must uncover the truth before one extraterrestrial middle manager deletes the entire planet. This National Take Your Houseplant for a Walk Day. Grab your tinfoil hat, keep one eye on the corn, and remember, if the USDA arrives before you call them, hide the fish man. The mystery, coming soon to a cornfield near you. Attention, citizens of Earth. After years of silence, John and I are finally prepared to reveal what we actually know about extraterrestrial life.
We've stayed quiet because the truth is dangerous.
And because nobody asked.
Mostly that. But tonight's beer turn movie comes from a check-in from Mike H., The Mystery from Tree House Brewing. And Mike, you've given us the perfect opportunity to finally say it. Aliens are real.
Obviously. I mean, ancient hieroglyphics are full of fish-headed people, dog-headed people, alligator-headed people.
Meaning aliens didn't create humanity on their first try, they experimented. Humans were simply the version that got approved.
Which is terrifying because, have you met us? So this was the winner?
We're not the pinnacle of creation, Harry, but we're the prototype that reproduced so much the aliens stopped trying to recall us.
And that act is the one thing we can agree is awesome, all of us. So that explains a lot. But what about Roswell and crop circles and cattle mutilations?
And why every UFO is a weather balloon.
Are you saying the government wants us to believe thousands of weather balloons are silently stalking farmers at night? Frankly, that explanation is scarier than aliens.
Well, here's our real theory. Earth isn't run by some terrifying galactic emperor. Our entire solar system was dumped onto one exhausted alien middle manager named Fred.
Fred hasn't checked on us in about 3,000 years. Turns out watching over Earth is kind of a dead-end gig. Now the moon's flashing a maintenance warning, the monkeys develop nuclear weapons, and Fred can no longer mark every support ticket as resolved and ignore it.
Dinosaurs resolved. Atlantis resolved. Roswell forwarded to legal.
Humanity lands on the moon? Please stay off company equipment.
And now something buried beneath rural Iowa, something older than Egypt, has been accidentally opened.
Let me guess, the locals contact the proper authorities?
These are Americans, Harry.
Right, they charge admission.
So lock your doors, watch your cornfields, and remember, if the USDA arrives before anyone calls them,
hide the fish man.
The truth is out there. Unfortunately, it's being managed by Fred.
So crack open your government-approved beverage and cover your brain in tinfoil. Join us in discovering what happens when the extraterrestrial janitors of Earth finally need to intervene and clean up this mess, and maybe help us discover why we're here in the first place along the way in The Mystery.
Just a quick break to talk about the future of Beer Me That Movie, which ironically involves going to the vault.
That's right. Next week's Fast Five will be our last Fast Five.
The final 5 beers. The last time we search for your submissions on Untappd, turn them into movie ideas, and then ask you to vote.
We're fastening our final 5. After this, the 5 will be released back into the wild.
But voting isn't going anywhere, really. I guess in this case, our 50th, our final feature film is going to come from the Beer Me That Movie vault.
That's right. Every movie we've abandoned, neglected, or legally declared dead is still down there waiting for another chance.
You can vote once every day at beermethatmovie.com and help decide which movie escapes the vault to become the final 50th feature film.
And if one vote a day feels too democratic, send us a message at speakpipe.com/beermethatmovie.
SpeakPipe votes count as double. We still do that, right?
John, this is America. Money talks, and apparently voice messages talk twice.
So visit beermethatmovie.com, vote in the vault once a day, and send us a SpeakPipe message for a double vote, and help us choose the last Fast Five and vault winner, and the final movie will drag out of the vault.
That's right. Choose carefully. Some things were locked in there for a reason.
And now, on to our feature presentation. The Mystery, Act 1, Something Under Iowa. This is going to involve some stuff, Harrison.
Yes.
We talked about it a lot in the Fast Five, and I think we're going to riff right on that.
We are.
Get us started. We got a cast of characters kind of in mind because I mentioned crazy alien experiments with fish heads, and then one of our great listeners reminded me that is a term called Anunnaki, which is, I think, Mayan or Sumerian for like the old ancient creatures that preceded humans. So we're getting into all that stuff. I'm not going to say Anunnaki very much because I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation. My Sumerian stopped in 4th grade.
That's right.
But we're going to start with Mike. Mike checked in the beer. Mike is the protagonist of this film, and he gets to deal with all the repercussions of this. Tell me, where is Mike today? Where do we meet him in this movie, Harrison?
Yes, good old Mike. Welcome to it, baby. So I think Mike kind of overall, I see Mike as the character as kind of like a charming local who's kind of a screw up. He's like an excellent salesperson, but he's got a lot of other problems. But he's one of those people who like sees an opportunity everywhere. He'd try to sell as they say a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. He's a salesman. He's looking for opportunities to turn a quick buck, but he also can get into trouble a lot. So I think we meet Mike fresh off being Salesman of the Year at Iowa's famous Bobby's Tents, Used Tires and Hair Salon and more. But he's just been fired, though, even though he's Salesman of the Year. Fired for some drunken misunderstanding with the mayor's daughter at a local diner.
Can you explain this drunken misunderstanding?
These happen. Something like, I thought she said grab my ass, not God, you're an ass, so really it's her fault. That might be how we meet Mike, is he's being thrown out the door with a bottle of something falling out of his pocket.
She said grab my ass.
Right, I swear she did. Not God, you're an ass. Look at the video. We've all seen the video. It's HD.
Iowa,
it's
Mike,
clear.
We don't have video.
Right. Yeah, we can't do that. But you're out. You're out. No more tent selling or tire selling for you. So we meet Mike, who's fallen from the small hill he's managed to climb up once again in this tiny town he's kind of trapped in the middle of and I'm just seeing, like, we see the little building that is Bobby's Tents, Used Tires and Hair Salon, and it's just surrounded by cornfields everywhere you can see for miles.
Very Iowa.
Who knows where the rest of the town is, or other people. So he's just thrown out there into the cornfield, down on his luck, covered in shucks of corn, and once again just feels like it feels a familiar feeling, a feeling of failure, something Mike knows all too well. I feel like he's not had more than a few months go well for him in almost his entire life, which can weigh on a man.
But I imagine he's not the type of person to really be down about it. Like,
no.
You're talking about how he's always looking for opportunities and sales.
Right. And he's a charming guy. He's just an unlucky guy, I think.
And bad at hearing.
Right. He's gotten older. It's hard to hear, John. I mishear stuff every day.
I've grabbed so many asses out. No one's ever complained about it.
Oh, that's right. I got lucky, I guess. You gotta be quick.
So I imagine he goes. He goes to have a drink?
Yeah. So I think we'll also, as people do, especially folks that are kind of in the same town they've grown up in forever. But there's different ways to do this. You hunt for nostalgia, a thing that makes you feel good, things that remind you of your childhood, when the future was in front of you and life seemed like it could be bright and your dreams could come true.
Oh yeah,
that's right. So I imagine he goes through the cornfield into a small wooded glen where there's an old childhood fort a tree. in front of another bunch of cornfields. And it's where him and his friends used to, drink when they were in high school, and before that where they played, Dungeons and Dragons or whatever they did as kids in this cool fort in the woods. So Mike's just kind of trying to return to the glory days a bit, and maybe meets up with his high school buddies there.
I like to think they still frequent this childhood for even into their 30s.
Right.
And it's like, it's a place to get away from life or get away from home or get away from responsibility.
Exactly right.
Maybe there's like an Xbox out there, but no power.
Yeah, sure. So, or they have like a generator.
Yeah. Bring the generator. We're going to play NHL hits.
That's right. And Mike walks in trying to escape the day, and one of his friends immediately is like, "Oh my God, you grabbed Susie's ass at the diner? That's the mayor's daughter. You kidding me, Mike?
There's
Help
no
yourself."
Newspaper, but news gets around.
That's right. Immediately. The corn hears everything, John. The corn.
It has ears.
Exactly right. Oh my gosh. So it's tough to escape or get away with anything in this town because everyone hears and knows everything because of the magical corn ears. No, because it's a small town. Maybe the corn has something to do with it. But regardless, they're out there having some drinks, hanging out, maybe blowing up some old toilets with some M80s because that never goes out of style.
Always fun. Actually, I would do that right now.
Who wouldn't? It's a great feeling to see some porcelain head for the stars. So we see Mike here with his buddies and maybe like as they're sitting there playing some Xbox and the generator starts to putter out and the gas runs out of it and it dies and they're left with just some drinks in the night sky, and they start exchanging some stories they've probably told a bunch, and the one that comes up more often than not are the lights, John. These mysterious orbs people have reported flying over these cornfields forever, it seems like. And I'm imagining one of Mike's buddies being like, those lights, I've lived here my whole life and I've never seen them. And maybe Mike cuts them off and is like, because he's down in the dumps, doesn't want to hear it tonight. Those stories are told by people with empty lives, stuck in this town forever, wanting to believe in something more. Trust me, I know all too well.
Mike definitely down in the dumps for this one. Like not even nostalging about the local town. Like every local small town has their myth.
That's right. A witch lady. A
Poncho,
ghost.
the pseudo homeless man, has bathtubs full of quarters.
What's he all those quarters for? Why is he still homeless? There's got to be $1 million, $500 of quarters in that bathtub.
Mary Lou used to be the principal of the school before she got all those cats.
That's right. And now she just stays at home, coughing up hairballs all day, collecting a government check.
And in Mike's town, the cornfield orbs are aliens. The cornfield orbs are ghosts of your loved ones.
That's right.
Unless you're Mike, then the cornfield orbs are stupid ideas.
That's right. Yeah, just a dream that he'll never be. It'll just stay a dream, and now it hurts. Dreams used to get you up in the morning, but now they just make you want to go to bed.
And anytime this happens in a movie, sometimes in real life, but definitely in a movie. This turns into a dare. If you don't think the orbs are real, then go out and it's dark now.
That's
go
right.
out there. Go out into the field.
Take your pants down.
As you should.
Run into the cornfield backwards and scream, "Orbs, see me!" And if you make it out in under a minute, the next round's on us.
No one ever makes it out.
Half the people never even go into the field, but maybe Mike is like so down in the dumps. He's like, I don't believe any of this mumbo jumbo, any of this crap. The orbs can come and take me away for all I care. So he takes the challenge, strips down, throws his pants into a tree, runs backwards into the field, and starts yelling,
"Orbs, orbs, orbs! Take me, see me!"
And maybe in this moment, John, Mike is so down in the dumps, not believing in anything. Perhaps he's unlocked some kind of nirvana level of not giving a shit. That's exactly what the orbs need to hear. That this guy really is just saying, "I'm ready for you. Come take me away, orbs." And that's what all they need to actually show up. So let's have him show up as he's standing there, almost butt naked in this field, yelling at the sky. 3 orbs fly out of almost nowhere and just buzz the top of the cornfields and swirl up above it and start kind of spinning around. And Mike falls down, and if he had pants on, he'd poop them, but
in this case, it's just poops.
He just poops in the cornfield. His buddies freak out, jump behind empty washing machines and hide in their fort or whatever else is out there. And These orbs, what do they do? What happens?
Think because maybe they've thought they've seen the orbs before, but this time everyone knows they're seeing the orbs.
Oh yeah.
Mike feels the air vibrating, but one of his buddies is like, I'm totally gonna fuck with Mike, and grabs an M80.
Okay.
The toilet exploder and chucks it into the cornfield. Like, I'm going to scare the shit out of this guy.
It's the perfect time to do it.
He sees the orbs, and now I'm going to throw an M80 out there.
Right.
I'm not buying his drink. He's going to be scared. He's going to be crying when he gets back here. Chucks an M80 out into the field.
Okay, I like this.
Lands. Mike can't see it, but it lands like really close to Mike and just pops off. And then we hear like ground, limestone, rocks. We hear like crackling. Where the M80 explodes, and then you start to hear the debris from the explosion start falling back down to Earth, and it sounds like it's hitting something metal.
Ooh, yes, I love this. And so the orbs maybe are circling right above that, and they, as the explosion happens, shoot away off into the night again. But the ground is opening up, and yes, this crack, right? It's vibrating. The M80 clearly set off some kind of chain reaction of something under the ground. And what's revealed is the vibrating kind of comes to a stop is a giant metal door, John, in the middle of this cornfield now. And maybe it has like a huge design on it that looks like a crop circle.
Yes.
Like a classic crop circle, but now where the crop circle would have been is this giant door with the design of the crop circle on it.
And what we know about crop circles is that they're really just alien QR codes.
Right, exactly right. They just kind of, sometimes they show up on the actual corn. Usually they should be buried under the ground, but QR codes can be finicky. Sometimes they get a little goofy, send you to the wrong website. Wink, wink. It was the QR code that sent me here, honey. I don't know. I'm just clicking on stuff. I
was trying to look at the menu.
That's right. I don't know who this lady is. Credit card. No, not my credit card. So something similar to that. So yes, but this door now, it looks like a door, clearly is a door, is just sitting there, and all the guys are kind of staring at it like, holy crap, what is this? Their lives have kind of been flipped upside down. And I think before they even get closer to it, the middle of it kind of like, you know, it does that hiss, crack,
yes,
and it opens up just a little bit, and then starts opening more and more. And I feel like Mike and his friend should kind of like see it, get close to it. As soon as it opens, run and hide in kind of like the fort again, and because they don't know what the hell is going to happen, what might come out of it, and absolutely a couple of things should.
I think this is a good time to introduce the last time I'll say the word Anunnaki.
Okay.
So as the door opens, this is like the scary part of the movie. I like the hiss sound. The guys are running back to the fort.
And
maybe they're a little hesitant. Like,
yeah,
there could be treasure down here, but we don't know.
Sure.
Like, stand back. Could be an old nuclear site.
There
like,
we go. Could
give
be.
It some
There we
room.
go. Could be.
And
very
then we
likely.
hear like a. And you see a staturely humanoid fish.
Right, like a silhouette, right, of a human. But then you kind of pan up from the feet, humanish back, humanish arms, humanish head.
Fish. Pure fish.
All right, Mike just goes, what the shit? And then there's another creature crawls out, and it's like human silhouette again in the dark night with the corn and the moon, the Iowa moon, apparently throwing some light on this field.
Sees the moon.
Yeah, that's right. That's the second one comes out. Humanish, feet, legs, butt, arms, but the head?
Dog.
Pure dog.
What kind? I know you're thinking, what kind of dog?
Yeah, people probably think it looks like a German Shepherd, but maybe it doesn't, John. What do we?
No, we're thinking like pug, French bulldog.
Yeah,
some kind of
jowls,
mixture there.
Right, can barely breathe. That sounds terrifying. Right, so I love this. So these humanoid creatures, start emerging out of this door, this hole in the ground, and Mike and everyone are kind of crapping their pants. Mike has his pants back on now. I think that needs to happen in order for this movie to get made.
True.
And so, but at this point, again, Mike's kind of got nothing to lose. I think he kind of stands up and, without thinking, kind of tries to approach him. And what do you think? What should the first thing happen as these creatures are coming out and they see Mike standing there? I feel like the initial interaction should be not great.
Yeah, I think we talked about the fish man and the dog man.
Yes.
And I think just as that's happening, and they, like, a fish and a dog aren't scary.
Yeah.
But they get just kind of bulldozed around the side by a brutish looking humanoid with a spiny tail and the head of an alligator. And he just barrels for Mike. Like he's chomping his alligator human mouth head thing. Just imagine it. You're probably visualizing it correctly.
This is just like the opening scene of Men in Black when that one alien in the desert is seen by the cop and he turns around. Mikey starts running at him, fangs out. I love it. That's a great scene. So what's gonna happen? So Mike's getting charged down by this alligator human.
It looks like it's the end.
He's done. This is like a quick
peak
movie.
DNA. Peak DNA.
Right,
He's
exactly.
pure muscle.
That's what I was gonna say too. Right.
Looks like a human, but mostly alligator.
Right. He's been living on fat Iowa corn, as far as we know, his entire life, probably under this giant field.
And I think this is a good opportunity to lay the groundwork for sort of like good guys, bad guys. Like
nice.
The dog man.
Yes.
Again, doggish, right? Like, what are dogs? Loyal, friendly, good to humans. So as Mike thinks his life's about to end by this weird alligator humanoid combination, the dog man comes and just like flanks him from the side, tackles him,
grabs his tail,
yanks him aside, calms him down. It's chaos now. There's more of these creatures coming out, and at this point, we see the fish man stand up and say, "It's the approved batch."
Oh shit!
But he says it fish-like. He says it in a fish accent. It's the approved batch.
Perfect. Oh my God. Yes, this is amazing. All right, perfect. Yeah, so I love that. So the scene goes from one of terror to one of kind of an avoided confrontation. This dog man comes in, stops the alligator guy, and this fish is assuming talking about these humans, Mike and his friends, as the approved batch. Holy guacamole. That's a crazy enough scene where we could dive in and give you lots of exposition, or we could cut to another thing happening in the same time in the same part of the town to thicken up this story a little bit. So let's do that, John, because I'm also imagining we're in Iowa. There's lots of corn. On football, on Sunday nights or Saturday nights, you watch football. Other than that, you're just trying to forget you're surrounded by corn. And so you pick up hobbies. What's a hobby? Podcasting. So I think at the same time as this is all happening across town, I want to zoom in on a lady. Let's introduce a woman to this story, recording a podcast about like lizard people or whatever. And it says like, conspiracy podcast or whatever a great podcast name would be called.
Tammy on the Town.
Okay, Tammy, and her name could be Tammy.
Tammy on the Town.
Perfect.
That's the name of the podcast.
Or, how about Twilight? Tammy Twilight.
Tammy Twilight is the host of Tammy on the Town.
The host of Tammy on the Town.
I'm Tammy Twilight.
A conspiracy podcast that takes place in a town, in this Iowa town. But so she sees during this recording the explosion and the lights in the field that we were just witnessing with Mike and his friends. And I'm imagining her like recording studio have like, the I Want to Believe poster behind her and a Bigfoot picture. And
she's in like cryptids, Anunnaki, aliens are real, out of body experiences, crystals, everything that is a red flag when you're dating someone. Tammy wholeheartedly believes with every fiber of her being.
I love it. And so she sees the lights, sees the explosion, and is like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Runs out of the studio, jumps in her truck, and drives towards the field. And as that's happening, we can jump back to what's going on with Mike and these creatures, because now they're not fighting. So if you're not fighting, you probably should be introducing yourselves, be saying hi, saying what the hell. I'm sure Mike is
Don't
like
just stand there awkwardly,
right, with your pants around your ankles. He's pulled them up already. So yeah, let's have that happen where they just kind of introduce each other. And John, you're the name guy. So what do we got? We got a dog man, got a fish man, we've got Mike and his buddies. Let's run this scene. What happens when fish guy says the approved batch and Mike says, "What the heck are you? Who are you? And what the heck? And what's going on here?"
I think the first thing that happens is Mike's friends split. They are
okay.
They're not
enough.
Salesman of the Year material.
No, they're not.
Gone as soon as before
out.
the alligator man even crashes against
That
Mike.
could probably send them into the hills, into the corn.
Yeah, they're
out.
Save myself.
Right, I'm out of here.
Mike stays behind because what's he got to lose at this this night? And we're gonna be really easy with the names. So,
all right, let's
and I
do
think
it.
Mike assigns them. He's like,
oh, okay.
Because
that's right there. My name is Hunlambagaskalabob.
Exactly. Like English probably wasn't around when these things were getting created. Maybe they were able to hear through the vibrations of the ground, so they've kind of been down there picking up.
Definitely.
But like, Mike says, "I'm gonna." He looks at the fish man. I'm gonna call you Gill. And looks at the dog man. Says, I'm gonna call you Snout. Is that okay?
Is that okay?
Can you understand me?
Yes.
And Snout kind of like comes up and like starts licking his leg, and he's like, "Whoa, buddy! Like,
hey, we don't do that up here.
This is weird. This is weird for me because you look like my friend, but you also look like my dog.
Look like my dog.
I'm just gonna call you're a good boy. You're a good boy,
right?" And that gets Snout excited and starts panting more and whacking his butt.
What do you mean? And Gill seems like the smarter one.
Oh yeah.
What? And so he looks at Gill. And he's like, "Can you What do you mean the approved batch?
Yeah.
What does this mean?"
Right. That's good. And
why do you look like a fish?
Right, you look like a fish. I mean, I guess I can understand.
Are there girls of you?
Are there girl fishes? Right. Any mermaids hiding down there? Mike has all the questions we all have as well. Okay, good. I like that. And so does he add? Does Gill add more color to it? Does he do you have a whole backstory? Or just kind of, or does he give him almost like a one sentence answer of like, "You're the ones they picked," or at least the ones that got to stay up top? You know, something a little cryptic but enough for.
I think Gill would give him enough. Like, it doesn't have to be a full exposition, but it gives him enough to say, like, when the masters were here before you were created, we were created, and then you were created, and they picked you, so they locked us up, and you were the approved batch.
Okay.
We couldn't keep up with you. But they didn't kill us. They just left us underground. I don't know why.
Maybe in case the humans didn't work out the way they thought they would.
Easy backup plan.
That's
maybe.
right. That's right.
I can breathe air, but I can also breathe water. That's probably the first question you have.
Yes, exactly right.
I've been married 137 times.
Right.
I'm 4,000 years old.
Right. My memory isn't great.
Age.
I learned English by listening to Iowa State games as they vibrated through the floor, through the ground.
How many of you are there? There's about 50 of us down here.
Oh, okay.
Some of them ran away. And I think somehow I want it to work this way, that during their conversation, Mike realizes that this is a great business opportunity.
Right. I think he starts, like he always does, he's kind of looking around and like, you know, maybe, here, how about this? Here's what's going to happen. So he's looking around, he let the dog man, the grumpy alligator guy, fish man, Gill and Snout, as he's called them.
One super attractive female.
Tell me more.
She's walking around bent over on all fours, right? She's walking around on her hands and knees.
Okay, got it.
She has a goat head. Pure goat head.
Oh, man.
But a 10 of 10.
Except for the goat head.
Has a lot of Mike's attention. Gill keeps noticing. He's like, yes.
Yeah.
We call her Sheila.
Sheila.
She is the birther of many offspring. Mike's like, oh, God damn, we got money to make. I have weird thoughts, but we've got a lot of things we can do.
Right. And I think, that as they're kind of meeting each other and talking, maybe they hear a car coming down the access road, and Mike's like, oh, crap, here, come with me. This is the town isn't ready for you guys like this, or you know, just maybe assumes the worst and who could be coming down this road, and hides them in like an old livestock barn.
Plenty of those.
Exactly, all over the place. It's just corn and livestock barns and small little glens of trees for miles. And so, but no livestock. But so they're hiding in this barn, and like a black truck pulls around, and you can see on the side it just says USDA.
Perfect.
But Mike's like, how the hell, what's the USDA doing here? No one called them
about a corn inspection.
Right,
We don't have
exactly
corn
right.
inspection till September.
That's right. This is ridiculous. These guys shouldn't be anywhere near here. But it's a different souped up truck, and maybe it's far enough away where Mike can't quite make it out, but sees like two guys jump out in black suits with flashlights, like looking around, looking at the door. They see the door, get on their like walkie-talkies or whatever, and like run back to the truck. And Mike's like, they didn't seem surprised by that. Like, what? That was the reaction they should be having if they were expecting corn and instead see a giant alien symbol covered door in their field. These guys aren't probably USDA, but I think while they're hiding in this barn, and then I think they like drive off. They're just like the recon team. They don't have any real power. They're just watching this site, and the worst has happened for them. This is the worst day of their
someone
job.
Discover a vault, but the vault is open.
That's exactly right. So they're just instructed to call the number, call it in, and the cleanup team will take care of the rest. But while they're in the barn, I think Mike is looking at Gill and Snout, an alligator guy, and Sheila, the goat lady, and maybe there's like an old poster on the barn wall of like a circus that came through town.
Nice.
50 years ago, and it's kind of flapping in the wind, and Mike looks at the circus sign, and there's got a picture of like the dog lady and the yak woman.
Yes.
And he's like, wait a second. And then at the bottom it says like admission, $5 a man or whatever. And he's like, a person. He's like, I have an idea. So you see that light bulb go off in Mike's head. The salesman of the year who sold more used tires than anyone legally should have. He still got it done.
There are no new tires in this town.
That's right.
Everyone's driving around on really low
That's how
tread.
we knew the truck wasn't a local. It's the tires were too crisp, John. That's what set his alarm bells off. That guy's not sliding across that road at all. Who's he getting his tires from?
I don't even hear the wires hitting the ground.
That's what sends him to hide in the barn. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So now Mike has a plan. Jobless Mike has a plan of opening up some kind of sideshow, it seems, with these new buddies he's found. But but they're smart. They're not dumb, it seems. So how's he going to do this and make everybody happy, make it last, and turn a profit?
Easy.
Okay.
Salesman of the year. Mike's been jobless for an hour and a half.
Right. That's right.
He's like, guys, okay, look, I got to tell you, it's not going to go too well for you up here. We've got all these government people. You saw those people that got out of the truck, like they
don't
experiment on things like you. We don't want that to happen.
Right.
I have a plan to keep you safe.
There we go. That's how it
And
always starts.
this is something we do. Is as you say, the monkey people? Yes, we do this for entertainment. It's called a circus, and people dress up to look like things like you. People like animal, creature, living organisms like yourselves.
There we go.
And so I'm going to build this circus. We're going to call it the Mystery of Iowa.
Ooh, perfect.
And this way you can look exactly like yourselves, and I'll sell tickets so that I can make money for us.
Yeah.
And you'll be safe because people will just think you're a circus performer.
That's right.
So you just be the fish man. Sorry for the term, Gill. And people are going to pay money to see you, and you can just do whatever you want.
And we'll figure it out from there. But we need some money to get you guys gone and get me off the streets, but protect you guys.
Yes,
I like
you're
this.
going to need food. What do you eat?
Right, exactly. I'm a fish guy.
Brine shrimp?
Smaller fish.
Yeah, you're going to love these bloodworms. Okay, but I got you.
Right, we're in Iowa. I don't have to do any brine shrimp, right? But I do have some cockroaches.
I got little flakes I think you'll like.
Yeah, you'll like that. Try these flakes.
Dangle them in a bowl of water for you, I guess.
That'll work,
That's
right?
what I
Right, Gill?
That's what I did for mine.
Delicious.
You have pet fish?
Right.
You have pet fish
Could
captured?
be my great uncle. Okay, cool. So this is great. Mike, of course, has some leftover tents from his days at Bobby's selling them. So yeah, he sets this up the next morning, probably wastes no time, because also Mike knows these trucks could come back. This could get worse. So I might as well make the buck while I can and figure out the rest when I need to. He's just living by the seat of his pants, Mike, which is really all his only choice.
Day to day.
That's right.
It's a happy life.
Right.
And I think the town, maybe when we fast forward a couple days, like the town embraces this. Like it's bringing people from out of town. It's bringing people from Wisconsin. Like they've heard about the mystery of
crossing
Iowa.
the line, right.
So they're spending money at
the
Bobby's
dog
Tents
boy.
and
That's right.
hair salon. Tammy's picked up 3 more podcast listeners.
There we go.
It's benefiting the town, Mike's Circus, the mystery of Iowa. And because of that, no one's asking, like, how did you get such a convincing dog man?
Yeah, that's a pretty good.
Who is that? Is that Cousin Jim?
Right. If I play twice as much, can I get him to sniff me and tell me if I'm lying?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. With $60, it'll lick your leg. He's
Bring
doing it for
samples
free
of your
now.
well water,
Right,
and Gill will predict your future.
Yes, so they've all got a little bit of a gag they can do to get people in, but I love this. It's kind of spreading by word of mouth, which obviously is risky if you have a bunch of crypto creatures to tell too many people about it, because the men in black are going to be coming. But I think this is just something Mike would do. Every bad thing he can flip into a good thing until it becomes a bad thing again, and then he just gets kicked out of another diner.
Hot. Get some money while you can.
Right. Then he just loses the next job. But things are turning up for Mike, and that's good. And it's right, bringing the town together, bringing some people to Iowa to eat some Iowa corn, and the diner is busy, and things are happy.
Mike sees these as like means to a profit. I don't know if Mike's really falling in love, maybe with Sheila on occasion, on a glance. He's got the hots for parts of her. For the most part, I think Mike sees these almost as like, these people, these creatures are a way for him to make money and get out to where he's got to go.
Get out of this town. Who cares what happens next? And it's working so far.
Except Snout. Snout loves Mike.
I like that.
Snout is
right.
Like, doesn't want to be without Mike.
Right. Keeps running up to him with wads of money every half an hour that he's earning by sniffing people and licking their leg, and excitedly waiting for Mike to tell him, good job. Good boy, Snout.
Mike, Snout, good boy. Snout, good boy. yeah, Snout, you are a good boy. Please stop watching me poop, though.
Exactly. Stop watching me poop and pee outside. I pee inside. You got to pee outside. All right? I don't care that you have a human body. The way you do it, it's an outside act. There's too much shaking for a toilet. Okay, so they're right. So this is perfect. Mike wants it to be all business, but clearly there's some attachment is growing. And as this is all happening, I think a good way to kind of end Act 1 here is we like zoom out of the tent and of Iowa and of Earth and maybe into orbit, and we see like just a metallic orb kind of floating near the moon, pointing at Earth, that just starts beeping from green to red faster as it zeroes in on what's happening, and maybe catches like a glimpse we see from the point of view of this weird little drone taking pictures of Gill and Snout, like looking up outside of the tent as they take a break from telling people's futures and licking their body parts. And that sets some alarms off for something we haven't explicitly explained yet, other than in the intro and in the Fast Five. But as you know, the parties like this, as good as they are, they can't last. And the law, some kind of law from
Murphy.
Somewhere, sometimes it's Murphy.
There's another dog man.
That's right. Maybe it's from outer space, is going to have to come and crack down on it. So we'll see what that looks like in Act 2.
So Act 2, the greatest show off Earth, to be legally safe. The show's become a sensation, like we said.
Yeah.
Like people are flooding, even at this point, from like as far away as Michigan.
Nice.
And the I guess I can't call them humans or
humanoids.
People, the humanoids have
go.
developed some really fun ways of making money for the mystery circus. Harrison, how any fun?
I love that Gill is telling people's futures by like their well water snout can smell and tell if you're lying. Maybe the alligator guy
Snout's ruined so many relationships.
Exactly right. A lot of, don't. It's the opposite of a tarot reading with your loved one. Don't go to Snout with your loved one.
She's lie. She's lie. She's lie. Snout good boy.
I smell a bunch of boys on her. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Oh my God, Susie, how could you?
They smell like you, but stronger. Oh my God, my brother?
That's the one. That's the one. Sounds a good boy. Sounds a good boy. So they're doing what they can do, good, bad, or otherwise. The alligator guy could maybe like, barrel roll so fast it can blow all your clothes off or something.
Oh, okay. Bring the kids.
That's right. Down to your knickers. And just one quick barrel roll. And the goat lady, golly, she just kind of walks around and people pay to be near her.
Yes.
We'll just say that. She's a separate tent in the back that says adults only.
Put the food far away so she has to walk away from me. If she baws at you, that means she likes you.
That's or that she's hungry or tired or whatever. But the mysteries of women, even with goat heads, they're still confusing.
Basically the same, yeah. Basically the same.
But maybe also these are kind of ancient, like wise creatures in a way, or maybe they have ancient wisdom, even if they kind of act a little goofy. And so maybe a unexpected consequence of this is they do. Even though Snout's ruining relationships, maybe they, identify some problems in the town they can help. They hear some people complaining about, ever since the government came in and did all that fracking, the water's turned brown. Gill's like, blah, blah, blah. I can help with that. We have ways of filtering out all the brown in the water. And they're like, well, really, Gill, you'd help? Of course, I help build the aqueducts and blah, 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 blah. Wow, Gill, you're great. So... And
everyone's wells are no longer sulfuric.
That's right. Yeah. So he's saving the town's water, which of course is important to Gill.
Sheila becomes a marriage counselor.
There we go. Right. Exactly right. Once you go you never go back. Or maybe not.
All of a sudden, every husband's like, we need to go to therapy.
Right,
we really need to go to therapy. Let's go see Sheila. She's in town.
He's never listened to me as well as he does when we're in this room. So they're spreading some wisdom and maybe definitely improving people's lives more than Mike expected as he's sitting there kind of counting wads of cash. He's also watching real friendships develop between these trapped humanoids and who are now free and the townspeople, and maybe feeling maybe a little guilty, but that's not weighing him down. I think what overcomes his guilt is that he feels important. Maybe the mayor whose daughter got him into trouble comes up to Mike and shakes his hand of, that's probably the best thing that's happened in the town. The hotels are full, the diner's packed, their cars down the highway for miles. You may have saved us, Mike. Saved us from another slow corn year.
We no longer have to rely on corn to feed ourselves.
That's right. This mystery of Iowa might be the greatest thing anyone's ever done.
And also, I might have said, go ahead and grab my ass.
Right, that's right. Wink, wink. Right. Oh my God, you got me fired. Look where it put you.
Things are coming up well for Mike.
Right. But I do think as this is all happening too, Tammy, who we mentioned, Tammy Twilight.
Tammy lives in this conspiracy. She's been waiting for something like this to happen every day.
Yeah, she's putting all the pieces together. Mike's kind of turning a blind eye to what he might have actually discovered and trying to forget all the hieroglyphics he saw in textbooks as a kid and how these creatures kind of look like them and maybe they're ancient gods or ancient creatures with serious power. But Tammy isn't. She comes to the mystery of Iowa every day, tries to talk to them, tries to learn about where they're from or what they did.
She knows they're not people in a costume.
Right, exactly. I think that's right. I think she knows more, and maybe early on Mike kind of pulls her aside and is like, all right, if you don't tell anyone, I'll let you come in every day free of charge. But if you blow my cover, you're going to ruin this for all of them, and you're going to ruin it for you. You know what'll happen if the government finds out about these guys, that they're real. They'll come grab them, and they'll grab you, and they'll grab me. So come in, ask your questions, and be quiet about it.
Yeah, she definitely knows, though. She's all about, like, the governments will never release the files. The whole world government's working against us to keep this a secret. Yes. Roswell was the only one that we almost found out about. Right. Tammy will go off and tell you everything about this.
Yes, I love it. But she's kind of entered a truce with Mike. to not reveal the truth that these creatures aren't wearing masks. They're the real deal. And how about like one night after the people are heading home and they're closing down for the day, Mike overhears a conversation Gill is having with, you know, Snout and some of the other humanoids, and says something like, we should probably check on the other ones. And Mike and Tammy maybe pops behind Mike and goes, other ones? What do you mean other ones? And it's revealed that this kind of vault, this door into the ground where all these creatures were living.
Of course, there wasn't just
Not
one
just
in
one,
Iowa.
John. Exactly. In the middle of Iowa. This is like the 100th one. I think there's one. They're like all over the world.
Are there goat bodies with Sheila's head? Could we
A
fix
lot.
Sheila and make her
I
one
see, I
full
understand.
human?
Right. Sheila's head somewhere on a goat body. Maybe. And that might be enough to motivate the entire town to find the other ones.
Whoever
All
finds
the
it gets
men.
to keep it.
Oh, why do we want the head again? Just help, Bob. Okay.
She was like, I could take care of you right now. Right now. No, I don't think it would work.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would either. Let's not find out. Not yet, anyway. And yeah, I like that. But also at the same time, so they've revealed there's more, and that gets Mike kind of scratching his head and thinking and maybe seeing dollar signs, but that sends Tammy like deeper down into her spiral of a conspiracy brain, and she starts mumbling things about maps and linked together, and then maybe scurries off into her truck to her headquarters to do some more deep research. But Mike's sitting there with this realization that, oh my gosh, maybe it's not just the mystery of Iowa. Could I put one of these up in every state? Am I going to be the Elon Tusk of sideshows? Getting really starry-eyed. But
who's the circus person?
Oh, Barnum? P.T. Barnum?
Yes.
That's right.
The P.T. Barnum, Mike H.
Mike H. The Elon Tusk of sideshows, of the circus circuit. But I think like all good stories, John, when things are going really well, a storm cloud has to be rolling in over the horizon. And let's face it, Mike was a little liberal with letting the cat out of the bag and telling more people about this than he probably should have.
He put them into a circus.
That's right. I mean, and it's now people are taking pictures, even though he's like, no photos. So you got to come in and leave your phone. People have snuck in. They've grabbed videos of this stuff. And people online are like, those don't look like dog costumes to me. I think those are real
Gills
right.
on Gill.
They're moving. I saw it.
Gill's got an Instagram account.
Absolutely.
He's got 3 million
Gill
followers.
69. Yep.
Sheila's got 7 million.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Sheila's is, then lots of deals.
And an OnlyFans.
Exactly, from OnlyFans. If only she knew what a phone was or what the internet was. Yes, but I think so. Word is spreading, and of course, it lands on the only desk you don't want it to land on, the agent who's in charge of erasing this stuff, John. So let's introduce that person now. I mean, I think in this scene where like someone kind of probably rolls up as the mystery of Iowa shutting down, and it's just Mike and the humanoids, which is a great band name, hanging out in the tent. This shady character emerges from the darkness with the propositions. Who is it? Let's give this person a name, break them down a little bit, maybe. What's going to happen here?
Icy blue eyes, dark hair.
Okay, interesting.
Porcelain skin.
Nice.
And a slightly Lagerstani accent.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Southern Lagerstani.
Yep. Yeah, makes sense.
Agent Vale.
Okay.
Exits from the truck, leather pants, leather halter top, leather duster,
nice,
leather cowboy hat, black Ray-Bans, but you can still see her icy blue eyes
through them,
piercing through the Ray-Bans.
That's how bright blue
they're
they
not
are.
tinted Ray-Bans, they're just Ray-Ban frames. Just to look
they're
a little
blue light
bit.
glasses.
Yes, exactly. But Ray-Ban blue blockers. Agent Vale steps out of the truck and approaches Mike.
Okay. Not with a gun drawn, but maybe with another plan.
She's savvy. She's not going to use. She's way beyond violence. She's almost as if she's done this before.
Oh.
Agent Vale is like the cleaner for the USDA, and she approaches Mike, I think, with an offer.
Right. Okay.
Mike's got a. I mean, like. I guess Agent Vale knows about these types of situations, these types of creatures.
Right.
And Mike is the one who's probably gone and made something more public than even the Roswell hiccup.
Oh, yeah.
So she approaches Mike. Look, if it's money you want, money I can provide. But what I need from you is silence. And I need all of these creatures to be transferred to me. So what I'm willing to do is give you $1 million on an American credit card, an America credit card, America Go. You can use it anywhere they accept Visa, but not MasterCard. It's preloaded. You can do whatever you want with it. It works mostly all over the internet. But what I need for you to do is delete all your social accounts, delete the mystery of Iowa, and leave these creatures with me.
Ooh.
And how's Mike take it?
I think at first Mike is smiling and seeing dollar signs, but then maybe has a pause, and we can see it on his face, that hesitation as he looks at Snout and looks at Gill, smiling, oblivious to the proposition Mike's being given right now. And he just turns back and furrows his brow and then says, $1 million. Come on. And this shows we'll make more than that next week. No deal. And that's it. So he kind of blames it on the money, but we can tell as the audience that he's maybe cares more about these creatures than even he realizes, and is looking for a reason not to give them up to what is sure to be a uncomfortable fate to this shady,
at least
although extremely sexy leather-covered lady.
Yeah, her attractiveness doesn't hurt her.
Yeah.
But after Mike refused, I think she goes a little bit colder.
Oh yeah.
And in that case, Mike H, I will have to do something I've done many a times before. You don't remember the great states of Superior and Huron. And you and many others will not remember the state of Iowa, for I will initiate the Lake Protocol.
Oh my God.
We will wipe Iowa from everyone's memory, turn it into a lake, and you and your people will be gone. You will take my now $500 and you will leave, or you will be turned into a lake.
Yes, I love that. She's looking at like a map of the U.S. where Iowa is, just as a giant lake that says Lake Iowa now.
Everyone will remember
it's
this.
Already begun. Yes. Mike's like, what? Get your lake talk out of here, lady. And maybe at that point, like the alligator guy starts snapping towards Agent Vale, and Snout comes barking forward, and Gill, what's going on here? Late come up. We're closed for the evening, madam.
No lie smell, boss. No lie smell.
Right. And
Snout, good boy.
Right. Agent Vale kind of scoots back to her truck and peels off, not wanting to get eaten by a giant alligator guy or licked to death by Snout. But she's given this warning. It sounds like they've got limited time to save themselves. Didn't really know how much. And Mike's trying to weigh, what do I do? Do I tell him? Is this real? Is that just a kook from the road who's kind of crazy? She didn't look like it. She looked like she meant business. She had a American Go card with $1 million on it, supposedly. Oh my gosh. And I think as he's trying to process this, let's introduce another character, John, who kind of not at all almost the polar opposite of Agent Vale, who showed up in a dark black truck, head to toe, with a crisp leather sexy outfit on. This guy is kind of stumbling almost out of the woods, looking like he's either hammered or never walked before, and like a dirty lab coat, a shirt that's like clearly from the 1960s, high pants as well from the 1960s with suspenders on, giant bifocal glasses, looks
pocket
out
protector.
of place and out of time. Right, pocket protector.
Right. For some reason,
stumbling forward, clearing his throat a bunch, just straight out of the woods, with a weird whistle around his neck,
holding a clipboard that says health inspector on it. That's all it says, just health inspector on the clipboard.
That's all. Yeah. And then Mike's kind of like, oh my gosh, what is it now? First the crazy lady, now what health? What? We're not serving any food. Popcorn doesn't count as food, does it? This is Iowa. Everything's popcorn. Anyone can make popcorn here. What do you want, health inspector guy? And this is where things will get fun. So this health inspector guy, what does he do, John? What kind of happens as he stumbles into this tent and is kind of wide-eyed looking around, but like he's almost a marionette, being controlled by an amateur puppeteer.
I think as Mike sees the health inspector in this movie, we get a flashback of the health inspector getting ready.
Okay.
And this is the first time that we meet Fred.
Oh, baby.
Fred, the official alien who's in charge of managing Earth as well as the solar system, is leaving his orbital pod, coming down to Earth. And this is Fred's best attempt at looking human.
Right.
Hasn't
been doing a while.
3D printing the human suit and all of the clothing that he thinks is normal human gear.
Right. Off of pictures from the Apollo mission, from like the scientists who worked on the Apollo mission.
Exactly.
That's why he looks this way.
This is modern human.
That's right. This is Muppet that they still wear. I'm sure it is. It's
basically looking like a Muppet. But he knows if upper management finds out about this, Fred's in a rough place.
He's screwed. So
no one's going to be happy, so he's got to intervene.
I like that. So he's put on his human suit and his human clothes in his disguise and stumbled down onto Earth to try to, I guess, probably verify what the orbs and the drones are seeing so he can do whatever he needs to clean this up. But I think his disguise is fooling maybe Mike, but almost nobody else.
I am also human, here for inspection of health. Please bring out the Anunnaki, the people that are all kinds of people. Please bring them out for inspection. Also human like me.
That's right. And I think at this moment, Tammy kind of peels back into the parking lot, running towards Mike, like, Mike, I think I've found this out. And she observes what's going on, Fred in his goofy outfit, Mike, the creatures, and she kind of is looking around and then looks around Fred's neck and sees the whistle he's wearing, but it doesn't look like a normal whistle. It looks like some kind of ancient whistle-like device.
Tammy knows it.
Exactly. Immediately. She pulls out an old book or a note that she's written from some sketching she did from an ancient Egyptian book of a pharaoh that wore something similar around
and a recorder.
Its neck. Right.
Tammy Twilight, Tammy on the Town, coming to you live.
I think I'm looking at an actual pharaoh's whistle right now. And then Fred kind of hears Tammy say that, look down at his whistle, look up and go, how did you know this? It grabs the whistle and Tammy goes, oh crap. And Fred pulls the whistle up to his mouth and blows in it. And as he does that, maybe like no sound comes out.
Nothing humans can hear.
Right. Yeah. Mike feels weird. Tammy feels weird. He sees Gill. Mike does plug his ears, his tiny little fish ears, with a little bit of corn, a little bit of Iowa corn, as this whistle's happening. And Gill grabs Mike and kind of pulls him away from Fred, and they start. And Mike and Gill says something like, "Don't worry, come with me, Mike. I'll explain on the way." And Tammy runs with Gill and Mike as well as they see the other creatures kind of like stand up rigidly and walk towards Fred, almost like they're under control. Like this whistle is doing something to the humanoid, to the creatures, John, making them obey Fred.
It's a control device.
Yeah.
The aliens that created us weren't just like we think we can control AI, right? We just unplug it. We created AI, they created us. This whistle was their device.
Yes.
And when I think Gill's the smart one, he's quick. I'd like to think Snout was able to escape. That's just because I love dogs.
Sure.
But, they get to this sort of Gill takes him to the fort and starts to explain kind of what Gill thinks he knows about.
Okay, nice.
Look, like you were the final design that was approved here, but I know that I think that they went on to create other things, and that basically Earth is kind of like. This was their test. This was their testing site. This was where they experimented. Like you experiment with corn, they experimented with intelligent beings.
Corn, right? This is great. Yes, exactly. You're the perfect corn for this planet.
He's trying.
Mike, you're the perfect corn for this planet. Mike.
He's trying to explain this to Mike. Mike's like, I think I'm losing the circus.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I'm losing the circus. No, Mike, this is a bigger. No, Mike, this much bigger than the circus.
And Tammy's on Gill's side, I'm sure. And maybe Tammy has a follow-up question. So, wait a second. Earth's a neglected corporate test site. That checks out. But Roswell, what happened there? And Gill's like, well, that was, we believe that there was a secret treaty that day that sealed all our fates.
Yours as well. Yours
right.
too.
And we learn more about this, that someone has been feeding escapees back to Fred for years. We don't know who yet.
Definitely we know who.
Okay, you're right. It's probably sexy Agent Fail.
Looks sexy, but acts like a dick.
That's right. They always do. And maybe as they're having this discussion, Mike's like, we got to go back. We got to save them all, right? And Tammy looks at him and is like, I thought they were just a sideshow to you, Mike. What are you getting involved now? Finally, you decided to be a human like the rest of us? And Gil's like, well, not like all of us. I'm a bushman. And Tammy's like, you know what? I'm a humanoid like the rest of us. Not blah, 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 blah. So, and Mike's like, maybe I have, all right? Just don't ask silly questions like that elicit an emotional response from me. Let's just get this done. These are our friends, all right? We've did this circus together. The mystery of Iowa has belonged to all of us, and they're going to tear it all down. Well, not on my watch. I'm tired of failing. I'm tired of being the man in the bottom of the totem pole. Tonight, no one's throwing Mike out. Mike's throwing them out. And he's like, come on. So I think they head back towards the where the Mystery of Iowa tent set up, just in time to hear Fred kind of mumbling things and catch the word on like maybe a radio or something. It looks like a radio when he says the phrase, well, it's time, no questions, sir. A site correction is needed and it'll be initiated before dawn. And Mike goes, site correction, and goes, oh God, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Oh, this is not going to be good at all.
Your Gill is amazing.
Sure. Yep. Just put those jowls to work. And so Mike knows he could maybe save the town by surrendering Gill and but not helping rescue all the other creatures. But
I think he
doesn't want to.
I think he also realizes maybe in that moment that his circus is the reason that Fred might know about all of this and all of the humanoids.
Absolutely.
And it might
call.
maybe this is enough for Mike to realize oh, okay, I was capitalizing on people I thought were things, but I think they're people, and he allows himself to be vulnerable and feel that he might be kind of responsible for this one.
Absolutely. That's good. Great point. Definitely should. So now he's involved even on a deeper level. And so I think his quick plan is the truth's going to set us free. Let's get this out here. Pull our phones out. We all have a couple of videos of everyone doing their stuff inside the tent. You can go live, Tammy, Twilight, do a live broadcast right now.
To all of your podcast listeners.
That's right. And anyone else who possibly can be listening, because I don't think 12 people are going to cut it. Let's get this on every channel. We'll use the Mystery of Iowa Instagram, which has 500,000 followers.
Put it on Sheila's.
That's right. We'll put it on Sheila's. 7 million people will see it. We got the word out.
Bad girl.
Right, that these people are these creatures are trapped here and they're going to be taken away. We don't do something about it. If you ever, and they started the recording. If you ever loved the Mystery of Iowa, if you ever came and had some popcorn and watched a fishman drink your water and spit it in your mom's face and say you're going to leave your husband next week, and you laughed at that, or were sad. If you ever watched Sheila bend down and tie somebody's shoes, if you ever saw a Snout sniff you and then sneeze and say, ooh, this one poops his pants a lot, even though he says he doesn't.
Snout, good boy.
Then you're invested in the Mystery of Iowa. You got to help us. Our friends are being taken away by a mysterious government organization.
But as soon as he gets started, the signal gets cut. Like your connection to Instagram has been cut. Instajam has been cut.
Instajam,
yeah. And he sees like the USDA logo.
Oh.
And what do you and this all this does, instead of broadcasting the truth, he realizes that it's just it slowed down Agent Vale's Lake Iowa protocol, which is real now.
Yeah.
But Agent Vale's able to intercept this, and
I like that.
and and it might slow it down a little bit, but Mike's message is not getting out, and it maybe just buys the creature some time, but now he's got to deal with Fred's site correction plan and Lake Iowa plan coming up against him. And now Mike realizes, like, more than keeping the circus alive, he wants to keep his creature friends, his friend creatures alive.
Right. Yeah. Yes, this will be the moment where it all feels like it's gone wrong for Mike, that, like, they had this plan. They thought broadcasting everything live would rally people, but they can't even do that. And what are we going to do if we're all just alone? It's the three of us, Tammy Twilight, Mike the failure, and Gill the fish man.
Manfish.
Manfish against the world.
Manfish.
I'm a manfish. What can we do? They've got all our friends. They've got our town. They've got unlimited resources. And they're going to either turn us into a lake or do whatever the heck a site correction plan is, which maybe I'd prefer the lake. And so Mike's sitting there kind of feeling like a failure, but also maybe even feeling like, God, humanity, we really can't do anything right. And it's my fault. I tried to make a quick buck and now I've doomed us all. And he's really in the dumps. But I think Gill, again, he's got tons of wisdom. He's at least
ancient
3,000 years old. Even though he's been in the ground for a lot of it, he's got some wisdom about him. But I think in this moment, all he needs to say is, we've proved them wrong every step of the way so far. We're not going to stop now. He just sounds like Winston Churchill.
Yes.
If he was underwater, which a lot of the time Winston was. Fancy to drink, that gent. But so I think that's how the
great world leader.
That's right. Second breakfast drink already. Then,
is it Winston Churchill or is it Gill?
Is it Gill? We'll never know. But I think that's probably a good spot to end Act 2, where things are uncertain.
Hope is lost.
Right, exactly. Things are uncertain. Gil's motivated, but there's no plan really in place. And you've got Fred's site correction plan rolling out. The Lake Iowa protocol kind of delayed because Vale had to use her resources to stop the whole Instajam video, but it's still out there. It's still impending. And what are they going to do next? We don't know. They don't know. But Gill believes they can figure it out. And that's what Act 3 is going to be all about. Will they or won't they?
So I think Act 3, we keep pushing into this kind of all hope is lost. I think Act 3, we cut right to it, and there is a whistle blowing in the you hear the whistle coming from a crop field. You hear some of these Anunnaki prototype people.
Yep.
We see them, some of them we've never even seen before, being drawn into this cornfield. It's almost just like a zombie march of these humanoid creatures.
Pig man and cow lady with real udders.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Where it's up to your imagination.
You made me wish I had 6 hands.
Oh my goodness, and 2 hearts. Yeah, so they're all, I like that, all lined up, all being lured into this field by Fred blowing his weird pharaoh whistle towards what? Like, what's the plan? What's Fred doing? This is part of the site correction, I'm imagining.
The site correction is being activated, and as we zoom out to see these prototypes walking to the cornfield, we see a crop circle being formed. And as I said before, crop circles are just QR codes. Well, we see because on Gill's tablet phone, he's got something better than the iPad. And it's effectively, we see that this crop circle is being formed to transmit, which is like a shipping label, it's a loading dock. This is how they know to come siphon up all of the the prototypes.
Yep.
Every crop circle we've seen has been a QR code for alien ships to come suck up creatures.
Pick up something that shouldn't have been there. All right.
Oh,
that makes
we left it
sense.
behind and it got out. Come pick it up.
Right. Come grab it. It's right here, hiding in this field. Okay,
So
that makes sense.
The galactic UPS is just coming. Fred is enacting the pickup order.
Right. And so they're watching this kind of happen again from afar, Mike and Gill and Tammy. And Mike's like, what do we do? How can we get this whistle from him? And Gill's like, I'm going to try, but if I get too close, the corn in my ears may fail, and I'll just be one of them. And then Gill, I think, says something along the lines of like, if only there was another way, something stronger, something that could overpower the whistle. It only works if it's clearly heard. And I think Tammy hears that and is like, clearly heard something. Come with me.
Tammy's the only one with a plan.
That's right. And they jump in Tammy's truck and peel through town and like do a sweet controlled slide stop right in front of the town hall and run up not to the main office or the mayor's room or the mayor's secret back room that's gross and full of skeletons, but to the roof, to the old tornado siren.
Oh,
right.
Plenty of those in Iowa. You're right.
Right. And I think there's maybe like an ancient dashboard or control with like levers and stuff, a control panel. And Tammy's able to turn the one on right on
She's got her alligator clips.
Right. The
car battery.
The town hall, but then flips all the ones around town and the tornado sirens start. And that frequency is enough to overpower the whistle, or at least jarble it up a little bit. So now this clear signal of obey, control, obey is jarbled in all of the humanoids' minds, and so some of them are able kind of to break free. And
we know this is working because we see Snout again kind of snap out of this control, and he starts using his dog mouth. He starts ripping corn stalks out of the ground to disrupt the loading QR code that they're trying to build.
That's right. If one thing on the QR code is wrong, it sends you to those sites.
Exactly. You're going to the wrong place.
Damn QR code that took me there. I swear.
How did I end up on Bad Girl Instajam?
goatsandpeople.com. I didn't even know this was a site. Oh, there's a lot of pop-ups here, so you know it's legit. And
It's a real website for sure.
What happens in the barn stays in the barn.org. And so, right. So I like that. Snout's trying to rip that, disrupt the loading system, the site correction. And okay, so and it's working. The tornado siren's interrupting this stuff, pushing back on Fred a bit, and maybe they like straight up surround him and just rip the whistle off of his neck and push him to the ground, so he's not able to blow it at all anymore. And the sirens, it works. And I think at the same time, Gill has a plan to kind of spread the word. And with Tammy and Mike and Gill together, they like jump on Tammy's podcast, the radio, both, and start explaining like what's going on to more people. The town learns that like these creatures are real, but they're prisoners here. The mystery of Iowa has to end. We need to set these people free before something else like these government agents try to take them away.
Instantly, the internet takes over.
Yeah.
Half of social media is scared that they're going to start voting. The other half of social media is worried that they've been prisoners and we need to get them rights and write them into the Constitution immediately. Are they American citizens? They were technically here before us.
Are we citizens of whatever country?
You have to be human. You have to be Christian to be an American citizen. The whole internet is now just as divided as ever, but there's pictures of fish people instead.
That's right, and Sheila.
Sheila can be an American citizen. Everyone agrees on that one thing.
Everyone but Sheila's got to get out of here. How many other
can
Sheilas
stay.
are there? Oh my God, this is good. And
She's already given birth to 34 new Sheilas. She's perfect. She can stay.
Oh my gosh. So I like this. So the Earth problem is kind of solved, but unfortunately, as we know now, the problems of Earth are kind of small compared to the problem of Earth. The fact that Fred is in charge of it, and Fred answers to some pretty radical folks who don't care about votes or Sheila or who's a human or who's not. They just need order on this place, and if not, we just get erased again, and we'll all end up in Sal's Underground if we're lucky.
True.
So we have to tie up this loose end that is Fred. And so I think as all this good stuff is happening online, or weird and interesting stuff is happening online, at the same time a showdown is happening. Fred tries to escape, but Mike kind of funnels him and the rest of the creatures into the Mystery of Iowa tent.
In the circus ring,
That's
the final
right.
showdown.
There
It's beautiful.
we go.
I almost want Wes Anderson to film this one.
There we go. Okay, I got it. And they're kind of pacing around the ring, looking at each other, exchanging back and forth. And Mike's salesman, so he can sell anyone. And I think the only move he has here is, if you can't beat him, join him. But Mike doesn't mean him. Mike means Fred. Mike's got to convince Fred that he's not fighting someone or he's not doing him any favors for himself by doing what he's doing, by saying something like, Fred, I know we don't know each other, and I know you probably look really weird in your non-human suit, but I'm gonna try to appeal to you like a human. I think you know this already, but I'm going to say it. You know you'll be erased just like these creatures you're trying to erase by your bosses, right? You don't have to work for them. You have more in common with these creatures down here than your bosses a zillion light years away. Don't you see what you're doing?
If they erase, and Fred, if they erase me, they'll just replace me. You'll always have a Fred managing you.
Right. Well, not if they think everything's hunky-dory, Fred. You look like a good guy. Well, you look kind of weird and like you don't have any bones, but you look like you mean well. Let's help each other out.
I mean to do no work. I mean to work very little.
Now you're talking, Fred. And Mike's like, this is exactly my plan as well. I totally get it. All right, now we're on the same level. So here's what we should do. And they kind of hatch this plan where Fred is going to have to turn against the treaty, John. But if he does and just reports back that everything is hunky-dory down here, then as far as the creepy Anunnaki overlords are concerned, everything's hunky-dory down here.
In a brilliant display of salesmanship
Yes.
and charisma.
That's right. It's a sales showdown, a sales down.
Yeah, sell me this pen. I know this one. I already have a pen.
Oh, yeah. So he's trying to outsmart him, and he does. Mike does. Mike, I think, wins this round.
And so he's able to get Fred to flip against the Anunnaki overlords.
Yes, exactly.
Fred joins the human side of work as little as you can.
That's right.
To keep your bosses happy.
That's the plan, folks.
But Agent Vale is not happy with this. Just like in every group of humans where there are more than 3 people, one of them wants to work more. And that's Agent Vale.
They're the worst. Okay, and so was she trying to trigger the site correction herself?
Yeah, she thinks that if she can trigger the site correction, she'll be promoted to middle management.
Right, she gets over it, but that's not how it works. And I think she doesn't even get a chance to try. Snout emerges as like Vale, and I see Vale kind of sneaking towards the Fred's whistle that was like thrown on the ground, and she tries to pick it up and is going to blow on it and just start this whole shebang again. But Snout jumps out of the corn, smacks the
Snout
whistle
good
down.
boy.
Snout good boy. Just licks her until she passes out. Just gives her old lick face up and down, drowning in dog drool. Then she passes out in the cornfield. The whistle falls by her side, and Snout destroys it. So site correction overridden again, and most of the loose ends are tied up, but I think Gill has another moment of genius where he's able to jump into Fred's kind of fancy Z-pad or whatever, some giant light
Gill knows
pad.
how to work.
Right.
Gill was showing Mike how to use the alien technology to automate ticket sales.
Yeah,
and how to get insurance and everything. Gill's like the Egon, the Donatello of this group.
Absolutely, 100%. That's exactly. Blah, 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 blah. That's his genius is in those gills.
It's a smart fish.
A smart fish. a huge brain pan. And so he grabs this Z pad, opens it up, and sees the correction protocol blinking on it, and just does some fancy typing, and it changes to release protocol, and he presses a button. And I'm imagining like all these kind of hidden drones that are all floating around the Earth. They kind of flip around and fire this signal into the moon that bounces it all over the Earth.
And the moon's just a big satellite.
Exactly right. We all know that. And then it rains down on all the vaults, all the hidden prototypes all over the world. And kind of the last scene in this movie is all these vaults in different cornfields or soybean fields, rice paddies, wherever there's a field almost in the world, there's a weird vault under it full of half humans just starting to open up. And, it could end with kind of, and a very kumbaya vibe of all these prisoners, this prison planet. There's room for all of us. There's room for all of us. Mike, you've saved us all. And now Mike's no longer a nothing. Tammy Twilight takes off her glasses and lets her hair down, and she's super attractive. Her and Mike start holding hands in the cornfield and decide they'll both take their pants off and run backwards through it later that night, howling at the moon to celebrate the success.
Put this crystal in your butt, Mike.
It'll do wonders. Trust me. There's nothing I'd rather do more.
It's a pros quartz crystal.
Right. Can Sheila watch us? Absolutely. All right. So if we tied everything up, I think that's as good a place to end as any. Two people running naked backwards through a cornfield with a crystal up their butt.
Yeah, I think that's. I like that Mike sells Fred against the corporation. We learned that there's a whole bunch more of these people. The vaults are opened up around the world. It's a good place to end the movie with like a hopeful ending, but we haven't explained everything, so that's what we're going to come back for. Harrison's going to help us wrap it up. And wrap it up is something you should definitely do if you're spending the night with Sheila.
Yeah, holy guacamole.
Yeah, maybe even two.
That's a dice you don't want to roll, folks.
So how does Fred actually keep? Do we have to worry about the overlords coming? I want to
Right. I think they're kind of a quick cut scene of Fred filling out a form that just says, and in the bottom you just see too contaminated to repossess. Earth failed, XX. And
Fred's last job.
Exactly right. And maybe Mike's like, "What does that mean? You'll be gone?" He's like, "Oh no, I have to stay here. The protocol is I stay here for another 10,000 years in case you come back." Oh, all right, great, Fred. So you're just hanging out. Yeah, I'm here. I just don't have to do anything now. And he puts on like a Hawaiian hat and a lei, and is like, let's hang out. Let's with all these fun fish
Show me
people.
how straws work.
Put some suntan lotion on my back for me, Mike.
All my backs.
Right. Yeah, all my long backs. And I think Vale's agency is exposed, but then they're renamed by morning.
Great.
She's alive.
FTA.
She was just smothered for a little while, and she's not dead. We'll let Vale live. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe it's not. I think Gill goes off on a quest first to Mississippi to his brother, and there's money in the river, but I remember. I want to see them. There was a lady
connected by the Mississippi.
Right, there's a lady fish in the river from long ago. Blah, 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 blah. Half cow, half fish, half human. So many others. So Gill's got some kinks. Even though if the math doesn't work out, that's okay. So he's leaving
3,000 years of no creation. Gill's ready. He's been edging for a bit.
Gill's ready to go. I think Snout is kind of latched to Mike's side. They're best friends now, and friends, not owner and pet, but friends. Snout's an equal, even if he still kind of just says, "Sounds good boy."
Still good boy, but willingly.
That's right. I think Tammy's podcast now has a whole 13 listeners instead of 12.
Brilliant.
And maybe the Mystery of Iowa kind of is rebuilt, but as a sanctuary or a museum to show what happened and how they were able to overthrow our unknown overlords. And it'll have a fun sign out front that says the mystery, no petting the humans, wink.
Nice, with a picture of Sheila.
Winking, right, which gets people in the door. But overall, humans, the humanoids, everyone's living together, cooperating, plenty of Earth to go around. And I think the last scene would be fun to see, like Mike and Fred standing at like the center of town, and they're smiling at the success they were both had a hand in creating. And Mike says something like, I don't know what your bosses were so worried about, Fred. We can all get along fine together.
And I think Fred at that point would smile and then immediately stop smiling and say, oh, crap.
And Mike's like, what?
We're not too close to the ocean, right?
No, why?
Well, let's just say that about 1 million years ago, before we worked on humanoids on the land, we tried to make something in the water here.
Cool!
No, not cool, not sexy, complete failure, abandon, a WK. It's why we only experiment on humanoid after. Anything more valuable on a planet with potential WK would be a waste of resource.
That kind of hurts. But wait, what's a WK?
WK is world killer.
And then it says, deep beneath the Pacific, something enormous wakes up. And we just see like an underwater like volcano vault crack open and like a huge tentacle emerge and smash a bunch of bubbles into the floor, and then black. We're out.
The music plays, the credits roll, Cthulhu might be born. I think Harrison's always really wanted an excuse to nuke the ocean. Like, make a movie about all the monsters that live under there, of course.
Indeed. Yes, you're absolutely right, John. And I have seen them. I've seen them, and now they haunt my dreams.
Are you talking about that time we were on the beach together and you got seaweed on your leg?
I will not answer such questions. I will gracefully pivot to our listeners and remind them one last time that next week's Fast Five is our last one. Listen and vote like it's the last time you'll be able to.
Until then, peace.
Peace, punch, and give me your Sheila.
For old time's sake, yes. Give me one more round with Sheila.